Among all facets of the game of baseball, nothing is more taxing on the human body than pitching. And in today's day and age, when velocity is the most sought-after commodity, pitchers are more and more susceptible to shoulder, elbow, and other arm-related injuries. Most of the time, pitchers will undergo a procedure first performed on Dodgers left-handed pitcher Tommy John, a replacement of the ulnar collateral ligament. But what happens to pitchers after having a body part vital to the motion of throwing a baseball surgically repaired? There's no clear-cut answer, and recent history shows us that recovery from this procedure, we know it as Tommy John surgery, can have varying degrees of success. And there really is no telling what a pitcher will look like when they return from Tommy John surgery, or in some cases, surgeries. When we talk about pitchers coming back from serious arm injuries, we can't forget to mention Stephen Strasburg. Perhaps one of the most anticipated debuts in Major League history, Strasburg made his first career start on June 8, 2010 against the Pirates and proceeded to pitch 7 innings while giving up 2 runs, walking 0 batters, and striking out 14. The accolades and acclaim started flowing in for the Nationals right-hander, but unfortunately, it was short-lived. In August of 2010, just 2 months after his debut, Strasburg would have to undergo Tommy John surgery. So how did he handle coming back from that procedure? He went on to be consistently one of the best pitchers in the league, despite never winning a Cy Young Award. From 2012, his first full season back from Tommy John, through 2019, Strasburg posted an ERA plus of 128, while striking out 10.6 batters per 9 innings. He failed to post double-digit Ks per 9 just once in that span, when he posted a pedestrian 9.4 Ks per 9 in 2013, and yes, I'm being sarcastic. But despite his dominance, Strasburg never won the Cy Young Award. His closest chance was in 2017, when he missed out on the award to his teammate Max Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw. Call it bad luck, but one thing is certain. No injury was going to stop him from being as good as we all thought he would be, if not better. And in the 2019 World Series, he unleashed a truly generational performance. Against the Houston Astros, in what was later revealed to be one of the biggest cheating scandals in sports history, Strasburg posted a 2.51 ERA in 14 1/3 innings pitched, earning World Series MVP as the Nationals won their first championship in franchise history. But that performance in 2019 was both career-defining and potentially career-ending. Strasburg started the 2020 pandemic-shortened season on the IL, and made just 2 starts all season with a nerve issue in his pitching hand. In 2021, he started just 2 games before landing back on the IL with shoulder inflammation. Then, it was a neck strain, and eventually surgery to alleviate neurogenic thoracic outlet syndrome. In 2022, he made just 1 start, and hasn't pitched since. In 2023, severe nerve damage shut him down from all physical activity, and eventually, he officially announced his retirement on April 6, 2024. Strasburg gave his right arm for that championship, and I'd argue that had the 2019 postseason run by the Nationals been short-lived, we might still see Strasburg in the big leagues. One pitcher, however, comes to mind as a true success story stemming from Tommy John surgery. Justin Verlander has always been a pure power pitcher, with his fastball routinely sitting in the mid to upper 90s, a curveball reminiscent of the game's elites, and the ability to pitch deep into ball games every time he gets the ball. Verlander is one of only 7 pitchers in Major League history in the modern era to have 6 or more seasons recording an ERA lower than 3 while striking out at least 9 batters per 9, equaling Nolan Ryan and trailing only Randy Johnson, Jacob deGrom, Pedro Martinez, Max Scherzer, and Clayton Kershaw. But in September of 2020, Verlander announced he'd undergo Tommy John surgery and would miss what was left of the 2020 season and the entirety of 2021. But what followed a potentially devastating injury in his age 37 season, Verlander did what the greats do. In 2022, Justin Verlander produced an absolutely dominant Cy Young Award-winning season, when he went 18-4 in 28 starts with a 1.75 ERA, 9.5 Ks per 9, while being worth 6 wins above replacement. His ERA, ERA+, and WHIP were all career bests, as was his winning percentage. Verlander ran away with the AL Cy Young Award, receiving all 30 available votes. While the 2 seasons immediately following his incredible 2022 have been underwhelming by his standards, Verlander is still one of the game's best, and virtually nothing was to deter him from cementing his legacy as such. But while Verlander made elbow reconstruction, repair, and recovery look like a cakewalk, it hasn't been that for Walker Buehler. Drafted by the Dodgers 24th overall in the 2015 draft, the Vanderbilt standout had to immediately undergo the adversity of Tommy John surgery to begin his professional career. And after missing the following year and change, Buehler made his Dodgers debut in September of 2017. Buehler went on to finish 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting the following season, behind Ronald Acuna Jr. and Juan Soto, and cemented himself as a top-tier starting pitcher in the years to follow. He was instrumental in the Dodgers' 2020 World Series winning season, shutting down the Padres, Braves, and Rays in the postseason. Buehler's career 2.94 ERA in the postseason and 11.4 Ks per 9 in October is testament to his dominance when the lights shine brightest. But after leaving a start against the Giants in June of 2022, Buehler would undergo a second Tommy John surgery in addition to flexor tendon repair, missing the remainder of 2022 and all of 2023. He wouldn't pitch again until earlier this year, and so far his 8 starts haven't been great. His 5.84 ERA, 7.5 Ks per 9, negative .3 F4, and 2.4 home runs allowed per 9 innings are all the worst of his career. Let's be honest, there was bound to be some rust coming back from missing a year and a half after a second Tommy John surgery. But Buehler so far in 2024 doesn't look anything like the Buehler of old. And to make matters worse, Buehler landed back on the injured list with a hip injury. Recovering from one Tommy John is hard enough. There's the physical element on top of the mental and emotional strain. And despite players like Verlander and Buehler maintaining or even surpassing their velocity from pre-surgery levels, there's really no telling what's to come after something as serious as elbow reconstruction. As we've seen with position players, there's a mental component to injury recovery. And sometimes, a new start might be more impactful to someone's recovery than their pure athletic ability. Chris Sale underwent Tommy John surgery during the 2020 offseason and never really produced the type of performances we came to expect in his final seasons with the Red Sox. But since Sale was traded to the Atlanta Braves in December 2023, he's looked like the old version of himself. So far this season, Chris Sale has posted a 2.91 ERA through 14 starts, striking out 11.1 batters per 9 with an ERA plus of 142. Chris Sale being 42% better than the major league average at limiting runs wasn't necessarily on my bingo card for 2024. But maybe it's just the fresh start that did more for him than anything else. A clean slate, both physically and mentally, has so far worked wonders for Sale, and it could maybe represent a sign of things to come as Shohei Ohtani gets ready to make his return to the mound. Like with position players, we really don't know what to expect when pitchers have major elbow or shoulder surgeries. Sometimes they come back and give it all for a championship and burn out really unspectacularly. In other cases, they show glimpses, but need a long time before they get back to what they were before. We don't know what Sandy Alcantara will look like when he comes back from Tommy John surgery, nor how Spencer Strider's second major elbow procedure in the last 4 years will impact his career. Jacob deGrom, at his peak, was the most dominant pitcher on the planet. But if he can't fully recover from a second Tommy John surgery, then we might have seen the last of a once unhittable pitcher. People have long said that power pitchers don't last, but Justin Verlander might beg to differ. Only time will tell who has the ability to defy Father Time, and as of now, only John Smoltz has successfully come back from Tommy John surgery and been elected to the Hall of Fame, at least as a pitcher. Verlander will surely join him, but in this velocity-chasing era, nobody really knows how things will change. Maybe we'll see more Greg Maddux type pitchers in the future, as elbow injuries will force us to rethink the art of pitching. That's all for this one. Let me know what you think about this arm injury phenomenon and how some players have made their way back in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, a like is greatly appreciated. And make sure you're subscribed for more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.